Hey y'all, good evening. What y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Hey, are y'all getting ready for the webinar? Hey. So we got a webinar on Sunday that I'm very excited about. For those of you who joined our private subscription for study sessions, we sent out the email with the private link. Instagram was preventing us from posting it to the subscribers only, so you get it's like 6 groups now. It's like 6 private groups. And you can't wait for the webinar. I know, I'm getting really excited about it too. I'm getting really excited about it. You waiting on your healing guide to arrive? Did you check your email? Did you check your email for your tracking number? Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey, blessings to you. Hello. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all been? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all been? Oh, thank you so much. I received so much love my way. Hey. You excited? I'm very excited too. I'm very excited too. I'm excited. Hey, grand evening to you also. What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's going on? Hey. So I just wanted to remind you guys that if you are waiting, I gotta get with old girl. Oh shit, it's another person. Y'all gotta, can we talk about the spirit of anger? Whew, the spirit of anger and having rage will fuck you up. It will position you where when you're triggered and you deal with rage, you can really become a weapon against yourself in a different type of way. Because you will end up doing something, feeling like you're defending yourself, that can possibly end up hurting yourself or slowing down the process of your vindication, because all that will be obvious to a certain capacity is what you did, especially if you deal with rage and your rage is great and your anger is great and you know how to exact it and you know how to direct it. So it's so many different spirits. It's so many different energies that come along when you open up the door for rage, or when you open up the door for anger, when you're challenged with that specific entity, when you're challenged with that specific spirit. The spirit of rage and the spirit of anger is so much that comes along with that. So getting control of yourself will be your greatest service, because when you deal with rage and you are easily triggered, you can fuck yourself up differently, and you can slow your process down in a different type of way, because those who cannot hurt you get you to hurt yourself by triggering you, knowing that you act out in a vengeful or rageful way because you're angered. And people that know how and what to do to piss you off can really put you in a different type of trick bag. I can relate to that differently. For example, being lied on is a major trigger of mine. And being lied on would literally cause me to be outside of myself, and I would just see red. I would just be livid. And I would just see red, and I would be so angry. And I have done things. How to get control of yourself. One, seek your creator. Go have a talk to God about whatever it is that you heard about, so that you can get that out of your heart. Because hurt turns into anger at a certain stage. When you're hurt to hurt, when you finally realize what happened to you, which segues us into, the healing guide, Hurt to Help Finding Your Healing Place, Volume 1. And we are having a webinar this Sunday. And we talk about the third tier on the hierarchy of hurt, which is hurt to hurt or hurt to anger. And that's when you have to face that you survived through certain things, and now you're mad about it, and somebody got to feel you about that shit. And when you're in that place, you become a very dangerous person, because you become a weapon against yourself, because now you're triggered. So whatever it is that you're hurting about, the best way to really deal with that is to source out the origin of why you fucked up, and begin to get honest about the role you played in your pain one way or another, and then begin to have a different kind of conversation with God, where you ask your creator to take it out of your heart. Because I'm telling y'all, that's the only way that I've been able to move through certain things. If I had to have a different type of talk with God. Like, get this out of my heart. Creating me a clean heart. I'm mad. because I'm hurt. And people had no right to do certain things to me under no circumstances. And things were done to me under many circumstances. And I'm mad about it. And when anger blinds you, it weakens your liver, it cripples you, and it causes people to have a skewed view of you. Because saying somebody walks in the room and they don't know what's going on, and all you are is angry, and they see you in that moment, and now you acting out in your motherfucking feelings because you're having difficulty processing what you feel, so you rage out, and now their opinion of you is what they walked in on in the middle of you raging, or they can cherry pick parts of you and take bits and pieces of you. And because you position yourself for them to be able to have those bits and pieces of you, because you didn't know how to process certain injustices that you experienced in your life, and that hurt festered and it turned into anger, and now you raged out and you become a weapon against yourself. So I declare that I recommend you to take that up with your Creator, because I know all about being big, bad, mad. And when you're angry, when you're mad, it really drives you mad. It can drive you crazy. And you know, mad and crazy go hand in hand. It'll make you sick, baby. Wanting to transfer that hurt and not knowing who to give it to, so you end up passing it along to whoever is around, because you're contagious. When anger infects you, you become contagious. And whatever you touch in those moments, you taint. And oftentimes when we're infectious like that, when we become infested with all of these feelings that we have as we're having difficulty processing what it is that we've experienced, and we touching our children, and we touching our businesses, and we touching our friends, and we're touching our lovers, and we're touching our partners, and we're touching, infecting things because we're infested with hurt that has turned into anger because we didn't know what to do about it. And sometimes it's bigger than you. Sometimes you're going to meet some bigger than you situations. So in those moments, you have to take that up with your Creator. Because you're trying to fix it all by yourself, for yourself, and you angry, you're going to fuck it up. And I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. I have had very public displays of anger after being done grave injustices in my life. Shit that happened to me that wasn't right. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you dice it, no matter how you conjure it, the spin you put on it, I have experienced shit that was not right. Grave injustices, grave assaults, grave violations in my life. And because I acted out in anger in those moments to express what happened to me and how fucked up I felt about it, I ended up putting myself in a predicament where the individuals who hurt me, who already assaulted me, who already insulted me, who already violated me, who already crossed the line on multiple times, were able to hurt me worse, or attempt to conjure situations that hurt me worse because I acted out from unprocessed emotion being triggered by anger at the root of hurt of the things that I survived through. So get your shit together and talk to your Creator about it and ask God to create in you a clean heart. Because there has been so many times that I've talked to God with tears in my eyes. God, help me. God, can't nobody do this but you. I'm mad. This ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't right, and I'm mad about it. Sometimes you can be so mad you hurt yourself. And when you hurt yourself, they win again. And ain't you tired of losing? I've had conversations with God telling the Creator, I don't want to feel nothing about it. I don't want to feel happy. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel nothing. Remove this from me. Any trace of it out of me. Get it off of me. I don't want nothing to do with it. Get it away from me, out of me, off of me. Wash me clean. I don't want to feel nothing. nothing about this. I don't want to have no emotion for this. I don't want to have nothing on reserve for this. Get this off of me. I don't want no residue of it on me. Wash me clean. Get it off of me. And only God can do that. Only God can trouble the waters and wash you clean like that. And I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. Only God can heal your heart when you hurting like that. When you hurting so bad and you've been done so much injustice that you become angry. And that anger turn into rage and you rage out on yourself. So again, I recommend that you talk to God about that, baby. And be honest. Be honest. Be so honest. And be careful about who you talk to. I really don't recommend that you talk to other people. I don't recommend that you take it up with your peers. I don't recommend that you take it up with your cousins and your best friends, because the people that know that you've been done grave injustices, they will tell you, they will instruct you on how to defend yourself in a situation where you're going to further fuck yourself up if you act out in that way, because that's not what the Creator intended for you to do. If it's not in you to behave that way, don't find yourself behaving that way by somebody pushing you to become a weapon against yourself, because that's all that they want anyway. When people fucked up, they just want to transfer the hurt. So don't let them get it on you. Don't be sticky so that shit don't stick to you. So that's why I'm really serious about that. You may not want to take that up with the people that you usually talk to about certain things, because they may misguide you. They may. It's highly likely. And they'll just be trying to help you. But that ain't who you're supposed to be talking to about that. You're supposed to be talking to God. And so they'll be telling you, well, you should do this, or you should do that, or how you tried doing this, or get them back this way, or set them up this way and do that. And that's not in you. See, I didn't have an issue with rolling in the mud. It's certain things that I just wouldn't do. I just wouldn't do. But it's certain things that I hid in my heart. Certain angers and rage that I hid in my heart. So even though I wasn't actually doing things that I've been accused of, in my heart, I was doing something so much worse. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful to show you guys just how powerful God is as I transform right before your very eyes. As I heal right before your very eyes, as I regenerate right before your ear. As God remembers me and puts me back together right before your very eyes. I'm just grateful. And I hope you watching so you can know God can do it for you too. But you got to put that down. You got to let that go. You got to let it go. And we don't trust God. We don't trust God with our pain. We don't trust God to handle it for us. When you're so busy getting yourself together that you know you're not even the person that can ever even be in the same predicament that you may be in, or you was in, or you may even be in now. Because you continuously are changing and being rearranged and being upgraded and being washed clean and being instructed. And your intellect is expanding and your spirit is growing. And your soul is getting in divine alignment with your spirit, because the spirit is the godly you. Your soul is your own will. Your soul is your will. It is. And when your will is out of alignment with your spirit that is directly connected to your divine Creator, your life gonna be in chaos and you will suffer. So I find myself talking to myself and talking to God differently. My conversation different. My conversation different with God. Now I ain't trying to con God. I ain't trying to pimp God. I ain't trying to be just right enough to get what I want. I don't never want to be that type of wrong again where these things can happen to me. Where they can tell them kind of lies on me. Where they can do them kind of things to me. I don't want to be in that predicament never no more in my life. So I get naked before God. I get naked before my Creator. I do. And I have a different kind of discussion. I go in. I used to take so much pride in not being low until situations in life lowered me, and I had to get humble before my Creator. I had to be brought low before my Creator and be on my face talking to my Creator about the parts of me that are not working for me no more. And if you find anything that should not be, take it out and strengthen me. I want to be right. I want to search me, God. Search me, search me, search me. Search me, search me, search me. Because this ain't working. And sometimes the Creator will allow things to happen to you just to get certain shit out of you. And it will feel like you are being very much done grave injustices until you see who you are when you come out of the refiner's fire, baby. I have endured some things. I battle with rage, and I mean rage that when your feet hot, when your whole body hot, when you can feel the pulse, when you ready to put hands and feet and teeth. I know rage. I know rage, baby. That come from hurt. That come from hurt. That come from just being tired. I know rage. When you don't even want to talk about it, you just want a motherfucker to feel you. Because how dare you? You better leave me alone. I know all about that rage. You better give it to God and tell God, hey, that's some hurt right there. I'm just tired. I'm only angry because I'm tired of people doing stuff to me. I'm tired. So give me rest. And I'm telling y'all, God started giving me peace when I started surrendering that. Like, I don't even want to feel like this no more. I'm tired. That sometimes God will wear you out till you get tired. God be waiting on you to get tired. Are you done yet? Are you finished? But are you done yet? Are you done? And God will allow certain circumstances in your life to wear your ass out until you're tired. And God say, ain't you tired of holding on to all of that hurt, all of that pain, all of that rage? Now give it to me. Just give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. And we don't want to give it to God because we feel like, but God, but they did. But they said, but they lied. I don't even know where this came from. I don't even know what they talking about. God said, give it all to me. Give it 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 to me. And we'll take it right back. And what I'm learning how to do is when I give it to God, to just leave it right there. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. Leave it right there. How do you give it to God? What is your discussion like with your divine Creator? Do you even talk to God before you be trying to drop something off on God, like a child on the doorstep of the police department? Before you be trying to abandon your cares? What kind of relationship do you have with your Creator? I have dealt with so many injustices in my life. Things have happened to me, baby. Things have happened to me. People have done things to me, told lies on me, conjured, planned, made shit up. And people are very imaginative. And I asked God over and over and over again, why is this happening to me? And God finally started unveiling to me, I want that hate out of your heart. So I had to surface it so that you could see it, so that you can stop packing that around, girl. Give it to me. Packing around hurt that done turned to rage for shit that happened to you when you was a 5-year-old girl. Give it here. So I started learning about God in a different type of way. Because I knew all about certain things. Like, I was raised, I have so much history when it comes to religion and spirituality. I have traveled far and wide. I done seen some things. I done did some things. I got some experiences. But I'm telling you, the last 3.5 years of my life, I have got to know God in a better way. And that's because I've seen parts of myself that I never knew was there. And parts of myself that I was aware that was there that I thought would never change. That I thought that I was going to forever be comfortable with being this way. Because I would be mean, y'all. Though I wouldn't just be mean to people. I've always been genuine and giving and loving and kind. But once you fuck with me, I'm on your ass. Do you understand me? Once you come over here fucking with me, once you've done something to me, I would literally, I had no compassion. After you done something with me, I had no compassion. None. When I tell you mean, I was a very mean person. And I felt validated in being mean because I don't fuck with people. So if you come over here fucking with me, you're going to get whatever I give you. Until the Creator allowed me to endure so many different layers of injustice. And then I acted out being my mean self because I felt like they didn't have no business fucking with me and I ain't do nothing to them and they know what they did to me and I already tried to forgive and now you really done crossed the line and now you gonna get whatever I fucking give you. And baby, would I look back, I would do so many things differently. I would do so many things differently. And not for nobody else, but just for me. Because the ways that I thought that I was protecting myself, I put myself in so much jeopardy. I put my babies in so much jeopardy. The Creator had to surface it. And the Creator don't give a fuck about how it surfaced. If the Creator want it out of you, it's going to get it out of you. It doesn't care how it get out of you. Just give it to me. Surface it so we can get it. I need to draw it to a head for you can see it for what it is. Yeah, you might be generous and you might be loving and you might be kind and you might be a lot of other things. But girl, you so mean when you want to be. And the way that I want to use you to help, you got to give that up. But that was the way that I protected myself. That mean, that rage, that anger, that was the way that I protected myself. And it worked for a while. It did. It worked for a while. It worked for many years. It worked for many, many, many years until the Creator put me in a position in front of the whole world. And when I went to defend myself, the way that I usually defend myself in a way that worked, so many times it didn't work and it worked against me. And God said, you don't need that no more. Give it here. That beast that you created to keep you safe, you don't need it no more. And it gotta go. Now give it to me. Come on. Before it consume you, before it swallow you up, before it eats you, before it devour you, you got to give that up. It don't work for you no more. You on another level, baby. You can't be who you was and get to where you going. You got to give that up. You got to give that up. And I ain't telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. Anybody that has been here and that's been rocking with me and that has witnessed it, y'all see. Y'all see. People have seen this. The Creator has allowed y'all to see it live and live in color. In stages. Y'all see? That's how I can tell you that it worked. I'm telling you, you can't pour new wine in them old wine skins. 'Tis the season. that you just let that shit go. It don't matter what they did, what they doing, who they doing it with. It don't matter how many of them get together and lie on you. It don't matter how many of them get together and conjure and conspire. Let me take care of you. And you done tried everything else. Try God. I don't mean your ancestors. I don't mean your deities. I don't mean your crystals. I don't mean your chants. I don't mean your mantras. I mean to the God of all creation. I dare you to try God differently. I dare you to have a different type of conversation with God. So that's how you move anger out the way, baby. By realizing that you ain't going to be able to do it just all by yourself. But it's going to take you to do it for yourself. And it's going to hurt, and that's okay. And you're going to cry, that's okay too. May your tears wash you clean. Ain't nothing wrong with a soul shower, you hear me? Nothing at all. I know all about rage. That's one of them one spots for me. Anger, rage. I know all about that, baby. I know all about that. I know about that. I know all about that. I know all about that. I know about that differently. I know about anger and rage differently. And I'm not talking about just being upset. I'm talking about rage, baby. Where you rage for real. Where you really bout it. And on a baby, only those who know what I'm talking about. And that come from hurt. And you gotta be willing to be healed differently. And in order for you to be healed differently, you gotta be willing to let some things go. You gotta let it go. You're gonna have to let that go. Because I'm telling you, the root of that, the roots of it is hurt. That's hurt, baby. That is hurt. And it's deadly when you don't snatch that shit by the root and it fester and it grow and you dealing with rage. Rage will have you cutting up. And meaning every word you say. And I'm telling you what I know. I wouldn't go fuck with people, but when you came fucking with me, baby, whatever you get is what you got, and you shouldn't have came over here then. Whatever you get is what you got, and you shouldn't have came over here then. That was my feelings. But I'm telling you, people would come over here for help, display how fucked up they were by doing something that triggered me, and I would hurt them. Worse than the fuck they already were. And then the creator would be like, Tally, I told you. Tally again. Tally again. Your shit racking up. I told you. I told you gotta hold the standard. I told you that I'ma judge you differently. I'ma handle you differently. You raking them tallies. Hey, I told you. And another one. And another one. All right, now here you go. Here you go. Now I'm going to allow people to handle you in injustice the way that you handle people when you feel justified, just so you can know what it is that you be out here spewing at your convenience. Now, why you do that? Why you do that? Do you even know why you do that? Who hurt you so badly? And give it to me. So, baby, that's it for rage. I haven't got nothing else for you. That's it. I can just relate to rage differently. Yeah. I know. I'm telling you. I know all about rage, baby. Rage when it move through your body. When I've had to hit my knees like they fucking with me. Leave me alone. And the Creator be like, now give me that. Give me that. There it is. I want that. That's what I want. That feeling that you got right there. Give me that. And once you give it to me, nobody will ever be able to make you feel that way again. Because we're going to deal with the reason why you were even able to be triggered to that capacity. I'm telling y'all. Y'all laughing. You laughing because you may not know nothing about it. Or maybe you laughing because you do know something about it. Especially when you don't bother people. Baby, listen. Some of y'all be messy. Some of y'all gossip. Some of y'all do a lot of messy shit. Some of y'all really be messy. But when you don't fuck with people, okay? When you don't fuck with people, when you don't even fuck with people, and people be fucking with you, and you don't fuck with people because you know how you gonna cut up if they fucking with you, and then they go out of their way, coming all the way over here, fucking with me, woo. But the Creator had to show me like, oh, baby, that's in your heart. That right there, that's in your heart. That shouldn't even be able to surface like that. I want that out of you. For what I have for you to do, you're not going to be able to do it with that in your heart like that. You got to get that up out of there. And the Creator know what situation's going to trigger you so that certain shit can surface so it can come to a head so we can get all the infection. Now, come on. Allow certain shit to land you. You know how you got to lance a boil that's in real deep and it hurt, but you got to stick it in and then lance all of the infection out. That's how certain things, that's how it would be when people be fucking with me and lying on me and antagonizing me. That's how it used to feel. And the Creator be like, come on. Bring it all to the surface. Come on. I want that all. You ain't even going to be the same. It don't matter. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, bring it all to the surface. Because after I get all of this out of you, you ain't gonna never be the same again. So bring it on out. Come on, be mad. Come on. Let me see. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. I'm telling you. And I've literally had to go been so angry at certain times about certain shit that was happening to me, and knowing that I couldn't react the way that I wanted to react because I learned the power of responding when necessary, that I would literally have to throw up, like physically vomit, to get that rage out of me so that I could think clearly. That I would literally physically have to vomit because I would have to get it out of me because you're not going to eat me alive from the inside out, have me cutting up and becoming a weapon against myself. No, you got to get out of here. And then when I would get it out of me, I would feel better. And that's when I realized it was making me sick. Holding on to all of that like that was making me sick. Literally making me sick. I done learned some things, baby. Anyway, y'all ready for the webinar? Y'all ready for the webinar? Ready for the webinar on Sunday. How do I start the healing place? Just start where you are. Hey, blessings to you, love and light to you, peace and life to you. Hello. Because the Creator showed me it ain't about what nothing nobody has ever done to you. It's always been the way that you reacted in your rage that has gotten you tangled up. So let's get that out of you so that you can stop mishandling yourself. And I would be so livid. I would be so livid that I would hurt myself. Giving away too much information, talking too much, whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. Wanting to explain in arenas that don't even deserve an explanation, let alone a response, let alone an acknowledgement. Mm-hmm. I know all about going through it to get to it. For those of you who bought badges, I'm going to tell you thank you. Even though I didn't acknowledge you by name today, don't ever dismiss the reality that I am appreciative of you so much. How can I sign up for the webinar? You can get your webinar ticket through the link in the bio. Is there a formula for the healing process? Yep, the first step is just getting honest about where you're hurting. Get really honest about where you're hurting. And then why you're hurting there. Yeah. But yeah, I know all about that rage, baby. I know all about that. Like only those that know. And it's different. Rage is being when you that angry and it turns into rage, like when you rage out, it is different. Rage will have you burning documents on live because a motherfucker lied on you. And you just woo, like I throw all this shit in the trash. Fuck everything. I can't, how dare you? Rage will have you do like wilding the fuck out. Wilding out. It's like directly correlated. It's like connected to psychosis. It'll have you making up songs and jingles about violations that you experience, like really detrimental, traumatizing, life-changing violations that you experience, and you coming up with jingles about the shit because you outside of yourself, because you so motherfucking insulted and so angry that you just lost it. Like you mad. You went mad. You lost it. Like you mad. You are outside of yourself. You are mad. You are literally mad where you can't think. You just moving and emotional and frustrated, and the audacity. Especially if it's directly in alignment with one of your triggers. And one of my triggers is being lied on. And I'm telling you, the Creator had me moving differently. Now, a whole fucking hurricane. Whoo, and then so imagine your assignment is to help. And motherfuckers that ain't never encountered you before walk in the middle of you raging out. Because you don't have no control over yourself. Because you're triggered. And you got hate in your heart from the hurt that manifested into now rage. Because, bitch, you didn't have no business coming over here. Not after I let you slide the first time. Oh, it's on now. And now you just blind and you just doing stuff and you just lost it. And it's just like, that's where, heal yourself, because that's what you can be. That's what happens. Being lied on is a huge trigger for you, baby. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what they say. Control yourself. Because if being lied on is a trigger for you, and if you also deal with rage, the Creator is going to allow you to be triggered. I was lied on the internet. Baby, let me tell you something. On an international scale, on the World Wide Web. Caught up in scandals. Rooted by lies. The worst lies that you could ever think to tell on somebody. The worst lies. What about if somebody fuck with your child, baby? The lies that I survived had everything to do with my children. accuse me of the worst acts with children. I was outside of myself. I would go in and out, 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 in and out. I pushed over my plate so much. I meditated so much. I fasted so much. And here it is years later. Now I'm finally able to even communicate what I was going through, because I was in and out. Because I was consistently triggered to my core. Not even that. Why would you lie on me like this? And you know the truth. Why couldn't you just tell the truth? The lies, baby. Whew. And now I deal with situations where I'm being lied on differently. You know what I'm saying? By people who want to matter, and I don't even acknowledge them. And it don't never get no traction. It don't never get off the ground. And these are people. These are, like, I have a relative that is dealing with some psychosis that has attacked me in so many different ways. And you know what I do for that woman? Instead of like airing out her business, like how when people would attack me, I would put their ass on Front Street and drop them off. Because I feel like you ain't got no business fucking with me. Now, you know what I do? I ask God, I be like, God, help them. Whatever that they got going through, they got their mind all tangled up. They got them acting out. They got them doing all of them nasty things that they doing. Help them. Help them. Because they need some help. When I used to be angry and rage out. Because I feel like I don't fuck with you. You shouldn't come over here fucking with me. Let alone lying. But now I'm telling you, like, my perspective has changed. My life has changed. And the things that used to rock me to my core don't even affect me no more. Because that's how you know you change. You know you change when you change before your situation changes. That's when you know you change. When the situation still looks the same, when you're still experiencing familiar things, but your reaction, your feelings, it don't feel it. You ain't triggered by that. When you deal with the reality, like, yeah, this person is doing something crazy to me, but I know their children, and I know how their children are mourning that their parent is going through all of this stuff that their parent is going through. Even if their parent is directing that nastiness and those lies towards me, I have a different type of compassion. And I wasn't a compassionate person. I wasn't. Before I experienced a lot of the things that I experienced, I wasn't compassionate. I just did what I wanted to do. I was genuinely empathetic, but because I dealt with so many treacherous things from my youth, and I knew that people could make it through really fucked up things, it was hard for me to have compassion. Because I felt like compassion and sympathy worked hand in hand. And what I'm feeling sorry for you for, you can make it. Don't come over here fucking with me. If you want some help, come to me a certain type of way. Don't bring that bullshit over here, or I'm going to hurt you worse than you already hurt. And I had to go through my own personal situations to realize, like, wait a minute. So when I would be attacked differently, especially like even being attacked by a relative and some of the craziest stuff that you could ever think, ever. Like, where did this come from? What is wrong with you? You need help. So instead of getting angry because I was being attacked, I would see it for what it is and be like, they need help. And when I would have that genuinely holistic perspective shift and alignment with God, it would be like, instead of being angered, I would see how pitiful people really are. Because anger blinds you, and you can't see shit for what it really is when you angry. Because anger is blinding. That's why when people be like, I got so mad, all I seen was red. I got so angry, I just seen black. Because it's blinding. It's blinding. So when I begin to give that hurt to my Creator, I begin to see things more clearly. And yes, fucked up about the things that be happening to me and the things that I experience. But now I see like you just sad. You just hurt. And I hope you heal. I hope you heal for real. I hope you heal so deep. I hope you heal so deep. I hope you heal so deep that it rearranges your soul. And you just get your shit together. And you just stop you in your tracks. And you take full accountability. And you change your ways. And it took for me to deal with some real persecution. For me to have that. Yeah. You got to go through it to get to it. And getting around it is the longest route. And yeah, baby. Whew. You just don't know. I have dealt with crazy things. I have dealt with like really crazy things. But even as a teenager, you've always been loving. Hey, that's my Brandy. That's one of my closest friends. Yeah, Brandy, you know I've always been loving, but you know I would be mean too. I've always been genuinely loving. I cannot take that away from myself. I've always been very generous, very honest, and very loving. But when I would get mad, I would be unmovable. I didn't know how to be, and I had no flexibility. I had no flexibility. And I was very strong, but I wouldn't bend. So God kept breaking me. You're right, Brandy. I've always been loving, baby. I have, but I was so mean. I was so mean. And I don't want to be mean no more. And I was only mean because I was hurt. And there would be situations where it would go so much smoother if I would just bend, and I wouldn't bend, so I would break. And I would grow again. And I would grow big and strong. And here come another situation that's telling me it's time for you to bend. And I would be so angry that I had to grow all over again from scratch. And I wouldn't bend again, and I would break. And then the Creator began to tell me, do you see what happens when you're not flexible? Do you see what happens when you're not pliable? Do you see what happens when you don't move? You got to get some movement in you. You're so rigid, baby. You got to move. You got to move. You got to get some flexibility about you. Yeah, you play no games, but will always come through when needed. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I was known. And that worked for me for a very long time. But when I elevated, I couldn't. And it ain't even about playing no games. Like, I've always been myself. I've always been able to be counted on. I've always stood true. I've always been certain things, like, to my core. But I was also, once you fucked with me, I was something else. And I felt like whatever that else that you get, you shouldn't have fucked with me. You shouldn't have been messing with me. Because I don't even want to be that. So why you want to call that out of me? And the moment people would call it, I would answer them. And in that moment, when they called me and I answered, when they called that part and I answered, when they conjured that and I answered, then they are in control of me. They're in control in that moment. The moment that something calls your name and you come to attention, it controls you. And I would be so easily controlled, thinking that I was in constant control of myself. And I would be so easily controlled by any and everything that called my name. Until that wasn't my name no more. And no matter how loud they screamed my name, I was able to say, you're not talking to me. You don't hear me over there? Why don't you address me? Because you're not talking to me. And I hope you heal that. You're not talking to me. And I hope you resolve that. You're not talking to me. I don't answer to that. That's not my name. I went to God. God renamed me. That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. So I don't answer to those things anymore because that's not my name. That's not my name. And there's a part of me that remember when they used to be my name. It's a part of me that feel it sometimes. And then there's this calm that comes over me. And then I begin to move and get flexible. Because that's not my name. That's not my name. It just takes time, baby. Just takes time. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for buying badges too. I really do. Yeah. I love you right back. I do. So y'all, just find out where you're hurting and address your hurt before it turns into anger. And anger spawns into rage. And maybe that's a dangerous trap to be in because you can't see. You don't listen to reason. You don't listen to reason. You don't listen to reason. You fucked up. You fucked up. And it take time. It takes time. And that's okay. You got the rest of your life to get it right. But it's going to take practice. So I suggest you start right now. My transparency is everything. If it was up to me, baby, I wouldn't say nothing to nobody, never. If it was up to me, I wouldn't. Because it's so embarrassing. But that's the pact that I made with God. That if you help me, I'll show the world how I did it. And every time I get some help, I got to show how I got helped. So my help won't get taken away. And the only way to show is to let you see. And it ain't always pretty, but my God, it's beautiful. It ain't always pretty, but my God, it's so beautiful. Yeah. One day at a time. One day at a time, one choice at a time. But I'm telling y'all, I've always been known for being generous. I've always been very generous, very genuine, very loving. I've always been able to be trusted. You could trust me, whatever, and I won't tell your business. But one of the things that I've always dealt with was rage. Like, once you cross the line with me, you better be ready to die right there where you're at. I've always been challenged with that. Until the Creator started telling me, you better get some. You ain't too tired of breaking. Ain't too tired. You better be in, baby. And your testimony is a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. I love y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. I do. I genuinely appreciate y'all. I have a genuine appreciation for y'all in real life. No cap in my rap. Like, genuine appreciation in real life. Seriously. Yeah. This story help us. I know this volume 2 of this healing guide it's gonna be a work. It's gonna be a work. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and teach from this volume 1, so I can begin to move on to volume 2 and help. It feels like a punishment sometimes, y'all. It does. It really does. To have to grow publicly, like for your growth to be on display. For you have to lead by example. Like even if you look like my human design, I'm a role model. So like I'm on display. I'm a role model. You gotta see it. Give them a show. Show them how it can be done. You just had a good cry. Ain't nothing wrong with a soul shower, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with a soul shower, y'all. But y'all listen. Do I make amends with people that no, I don't. I don't go out of my way to forgive nobody and let them know that they're forgiven. I don't go out of my way to make amends with nobody. I just let it go. I just don't hold it in my heart. We can talk about the danger of trying to forgive people and let them know that they are forgiven because they may not have changed at all. In fact, they may have gotten worse over time. So, and then you can open yourself up to that. Hey, I see you, bro. What's going on, T? I need to go eat some more, too. But, yeah. Where do you draw a line between being abused and being flexible? Remove yourself. Remove yourself. Separate yourself as far as you can from the energies and entities that are desiring or have been abusive to you in some way. And then protect yourself. What if you have children together? Do you have children in the home? Children are not licensed for abuse. But I'm telling you, as you build with God differently and as you protect yourself differently, people going to hurt themselves, keep on trying to hurt you. They're going to keep hurting themselves. They're going to keep on. It's like it's hard to kick against the pricks. And the way of a transgressor is hard. So if they keep trying to transgress against you, their life is going to be harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. I see you. I love you, bro. I see you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. You came in here and brought the badges up. Thank you. And to everybody that bought badges, I don't want to seem like I'm just acknowledging somebody else and not acknowledging everybody else that bought badges. I want to thank you all. Y'all know I didn't say no names tonight. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. I got revenge instead of removing myself. You might have to answer for that. Getting revenge is never free. For it is written that vengeance is mine, thus saith the Lord, I will repay. So if you take it upon yourself and you got revenge on your hands and you done sowed them seeds, whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. Nobody ever gets away with it. But when you step in and you decide to be their karma, whatever it is, then you're going to have to deal with that. Whatever it is, you're going to have to deal with it. Nobody escapes. Nobody gets away. They're going to have to deal with whatever they're going to have to deal with whatever they did to you. But the part of you that felt like they was going to get away with it is the reason that you decide to exact revenge. And when you decided to step in and exact revenge, then what you did was potentially position yourself to get fucked up further in the future. So just keep that in mind for the future. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about rage. Rage is a part of you that want revenge. The rage is a part of you at the third tier of the hierarchy of hurt. When you hurt to hurt. And you like, nah, I want to handle this shit myself. And everything in you like, do it. And you're not thinking clearly. And all you can think about is a motherfucker gonna have to feel you. And baby, nobody ever, no matter who you pointing it at, they'll never get it worse than what you about to serve yourself. They'll never get it worse than what you about to serve yourself when you call yourself punishing somebody. It's always gonna hit different. It's always gonna come back different. So don't let nobody trick you into reaping with them. Because they don't get away with it. They don't get away. They do not get away. They don't get away. They don't get away. They don't get away. I have wept many times. I'm telling you, I have had to really give it to God in a different type of way, because the part of you that makes you angry is the part of you that feel like they're going to get away if I don't do something. But then your anger works against you, because it is a different type of poison. It will make you sick. It will make you sick, baby. It will make you sick. It will make you sick. Let that shit go. And get the fuck away from them. Get far away from them. Get as far as you can away from them. Let it go. Or you make yourself sicker. Trying to heal yourself. Further poisoning yourself. Lying to yourself. Seek out the origin of the way that you was even in the position where they could do the shit that they did to you, that you feel like you mad that they got away with. I'm about to get off the internet. I just want to say, hey. All right, y'all. Hey, I love y'all. I love you all. I love you collectively. I love you individually. And if nobody has told you that they love you today, please, if you would, permit me to be the very first to say that I love you and I like you and I like you. I already done been on here for an hour, so I'm not going to break that down right now. But let's talk about that. Our next topic, we can discuss that if you like, if you remember. And, oh, I don't want to leave now. I was on the road. Yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I'm about to get off the internet. Yeah. You want to know? We can talk about it later. Just not right now. I may save this for y'all for a little while too. And yeah, family. I wish you love and light, peace and life, healing and health, hope and happiness, perfection and patience, protection, longevity, abundance, power, peace, and the perfect amount of darkness that you need to develop in your situation. And you need that darkness. It's here to help you develop in your situation. I love you.